This is a series of short hologram lessons. You can find out more than you can expect. Let's start.
1883. The first programming language was developed in 1883 when Ada Lovelace and Charles Babbage worked together on an analytical engine, which was a primary tool as a computer. In 1952, Alec Jenis developed Autocode, which some consider to be the first compliant computer programming language. This means it could be translated directly into machine code. In 1957, John Backus created Fortran, which is a computer language created for scientific, mathematical, and statistic projects. In 1959, CBLL was created by Dr. Grace Murray Hopper to be a language that could operate on all types of computers. In 1959, John McCarthy created Lisp, which is still used today. This is a programming language designed for artificial intelligence in research, and today it can be found in languages such as Python. In 1964, John G. Henry and Thomas E. Kurtz developed BASIC for students with a strong background in technology and math, enabling them to study computers. In 1964, Nicholas Riff developed Haskell, naming it after Blaise Pascal. This language is easy to learn and is the main language used by Apple for early software developments.
Astronomy. Astronomers have just confirmed the largest icy comet ever observed, and it's heading in our direction. It's a harmless giant though. At its closest point to Earth, around the year 2031, astronomers say it will reach 1 billion miles away from the Sun, about the distance of the planet Saturn. The Hubble Space Telescope took new observations of the monster comet, called the Bernardinelli-Bernstein comet after its discoverers. The comet was first observed in November 2010, when it was about as far away as Neptune. Since then, astronomers have been trying to determine its true size and trajectory. The team that just confirmed the comet's size used the Hubble to take 5 photos of it on January 8, 2022. With those images, they estimate that the Bernardinelli-Bernstein comet's nucleus is approximately 80 miles across, making it larger than the state of Rhode Island. This comet is more than 30% bigger than the previous record holder. The Bernardinelli-Bernstein comet is currently at the edge of our solar system and has been shooting towards the Sun for over 1 million years, traveling at 22,000 miles per hour. Its origin is a mystery, even so it's hurtling towards us from the Oort cloud, which astronomers hypothesize to be a nesting ground for trillions of comets. The cloud's closest edge lays somewhere from 2,000 to 5,000 times the distance between the Sun and the Earth.
The Pythagorean theorem is very important for mathematics. It states as following. In a right triangle, the area of the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the area of squares of both sides. It can be used to determine the length of sides in a right triangle, which is often really very helpful in real life situations as well. For example, you can use it to determine how big of a TV you want to buy.
History. The Battle of Grunwald, one of the greatest battles in the history of medieval Europe, fought in the Grunwald fields on July 15, 1410, during the greatest war between the forces of the Teutonic Orders, supported by Western European knights, under the command of Grand Master Ulrich von Jottingen, and combined forces of Polish and Lithuanian troops, as well as small Tatar troops, supported by vassals of both these countries and mercenaries from Bohemia, Moravia, and Silesia, under the command of Polish King Władysław II Jagiełło and Lithuanian Grand Duke Witold. This battle ended with the victory of the Polish-Lithuanian army and the slaughter of the Teutonic Knights' army, but it was not used to completely destroy the order. Malbork, the capital of the order, was not conquered because the truce of Witold with the Livian branch of the order in the north was expiring, and the Lithuanian army began to withdraw. The situation on the southern borders of the kingdom was also uncertain, as it was threatened with an attack by the temporary ally of the order, the Hungarian King Zygmunt of Luxembourg. This period ends with the victorious battle of the Polish knights at Koronowo and the first peace of Torun.
This is a field which comprises law, economic, geography, modern history, and sociology. It informs us on how society operates, interpersonal relationships in our community, and the notion of individuality in society, as well as the other subject I mentioned there. From my own academic experience in this subject, I can tell you it has a lot of benefits. It allows us to express ourselves better, as well as develop our memory. But in my opinion, the greatest advantage of the studies knowledge is that it is very useful in giving us a broad overview of the lives and systems that surround us. For those of us seeking a career in politics, diplomacy, and international organizations like the European Union or United Nations, a high awareness of social studies is hugely beneficial.
Like in many other countries, in Polish schools we learn British English. We study it from first grade and finish in 8th grade with an exam summing up what we have learned. The exams are from 3 subjects, English obviously being one of them. In elementary school, we learn the basic tenses: past simple, past perfect continuous, past continuous, present simple, present perfect continuous, present continuous, future simple, future perfect continuous, and future continuous. We also learn writing, for example, punctuation, essays, emails, etc., conditionals, construction and transformation of sentences, and much more. All of this is featured on the exam. Not only that, we get educated on the English-speaking cultures, for example, Scotland, Canada, or England, and their history. Since most of the population speaks English and it's very universal, it's important to study it. Nowadays, with the rise of technology, English is used across many social media platforms, programming languages, and featured in many career paths, which means it's becoming even more useful. Personally, I'm glad we learned it in school, since it gives us many options in the future and shows us the importance of other cultures.
Physical education. So I will tell you how to do push-ups. At first, get down on all fours, placing your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. Straighten your arms and legs. Lower your body until your chest nearly touches the floor. Pause, then push yourself back out. And repeat it.
That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned.